Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dulce and today I'm here with a very special person, my bestie Day. I'm going to be doing her makeup and showing you guys some tips and tricks on how to do a soft glam for beginners. So if you guys would like to keep on watching this video and learn how I did this look on her, then please keep on watching.
That's cute.
That's
That's perfect.
Okay.
Wow. Dulce.
Sí
Sí sabe.
So we're gonna get started with her eyebrows, and I love the one from Sina. It's their brow book. That's the one I use on my clients, so that's what we're gonna be using on Day today. So I like to comb out the brows and kind of get an idea of what I need to fill in and work with. And I think for her, let's do a little bit of taupe. I think that would look good and a little blended with blonde. I'm gonna hold this actually.
Almost short.
Okay, so she already has such a pretty shape, so we're just gonna fill them in just a little bit. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, I have them microbladed and they're kind of fading into a red tone. So a taupe would be perfect.
Yeah,
Literally what I use too.
I like your new hair color. It looks good. She used to
Thank
have
you.
red hair, guys.
I know. A lot of maintenance.
Yep. Just going in and filling these out. And I'm gonna have Day I'm gonna have Day say a little bit about herself.
Okay.
So how we met and everything.
So let's start off with, I am a makeup artist too. I have 3 years doing makeup. So basically I used to go to OCC, which is a community college here in Orange County, and I was studying to be a psychologist. So when COVID hit, I decided to take a break and go into a makeup academy, which is also the same one you went to, but we went different times. So basically ended up falling in love with makeup and wanted to pursue the makeup career. I've always been super creative. So
She is. She's also really good at makeup, guys.
Thank you.
Super good.
Thanks. So yeah, I started working at Ulta. I didn't have a lot of experience, so Ulta was, you know, my first step, and got to know a lot of products, both just prestige and also drugstore products. So that was a lot of knowledge to learn from. Then just not really liking the vibe. No shade to Ulta, but it was just not for me. So
it's like time for change.
Time for a change. So a coworker that also worked at Ulta ended up going to Nordstrom, and she texted me saying that they needed makeup artists. So that's where I started working with Dulce, and we met, and it was just like an instant click. Like,
Yeah.
it was like we would go off on each other's vibes, and also we would just always be cracking jokes. Up to this day, we just have such like a
Yeah.
crackhead energy.
We became super close, and yeah, we worked at Nordstrom together.
Yeah, that's how our friendship started. You ended up leaving, but we're still friends, and we still keep
Yep.
in touch, and I think we're gonna be friends for a long time.
Yeah, I feel it. You just know with people.
Yeah, it's just easy. Friendships don't have to be hard. Starting friendships doesn't have to be hard. I never thought that I was gonna like just have and meet such genuine friendships so easily. So
Yeah. So we're grateful for each other.
yes, we are.
We're gonna clean up her brows now, and I love the Frankie Rose Cosmetics concealer. I'm gonna use the shade Fresh for her to carve them out and clean them up a bit. So I'm grabbing a brush, flat brush, so that way we can do that. So I'll have you close.
Why do you start with brows first?
I like to start with brows. Great question, by the way. But I do love to start with brows because I feel like if I make a mess with eyeshadow, if there's any fallout or anything, it's easier to clean up rather than you having a full face and it falling. And I just like the feel of a fresh face. So that's why I like to do it at the very end. That's what I always do. So
I do the opposite. I do face first and then brows at the end, but maybe because I don't use powder.
Yeah.
But if I use powder, then yeah, definitely
Yeah.
that'd be first.
I feel like everybody just has their technique and what works for them, and there's no rules to makeup. So you do as you please and what works for you. But it doesn't hurt to learn tricks here and there, you know? So I like to take the concealer when I'm cleaning it up and kind of put it all over the lid, because I use concealer as a base for my eyeshadow. I feel like it works just as good and it looks really pretty.
How do you so if you do like a cut crease look and you're starting off with concealer, do you cut crease with concealer as well?
Yeah, or it could be a certain type of concealer. Usually for cut crease, I like a more sticky, thicker one.
That makes sense, yeah.
I feel like it holds better. But just for brows, just like with the regular concealer that I would use under my eyes, works just fine. So Day is also Mexicana, like me.
Yes, we are. From the same area too, from Jalisco.
We're both from Jalisco. So we clicked off that too, because, you know, we be Mexican.
We're just like, do you know this and how? Yes, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's just different. We're a different breed.
Right? She's my güerita Mexicana, because everyone thinks she's a white girl.
Everybody. Everybody gets shocked when I start speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
Sometimes I play the card, you know. I'm like, If someone's being rude, I'm like, I wonder if they're gonna start speaking rudely about me in Spanish, and I just like stay quiet and say chismosa vibes. I'm like, what are they gonna say?
So I want it to be extra clean today and crispy, so I like to even go on top and just kind of shape that up. These are all the little steps that really make a big difference in your makeup, especially because this is more of a soft glam for beginners that we're going for, but still a beat because we are makeup girlies and
it has to look clean.
Yeah.
And what did you use to prime my face again?
So to kind of like prep her skin, I use this as like my moisturizer, but it's like a serum. I'm obsessed with it. It's the Glow Recipe Watermelon Dew Drops. These are so good.
They're really good.
Yeah, when I've gotten my makeup done from other makeup artists, they've used that and I fell in love with it. It makes your makeup look bomb. So
that's good for dry skin, because I'm dry.
Yeah, it's good. It's a really good product. Okay, so now that her eyes are nice and prepped, her brows are nice and clean, we're gonna get into eyeshadow. So to do her eyeshadow today, I'm gonna take the NARS Laguna Quad. It's been one of my favorites. It's so pretty. It's good for every day. So this is what I'm gonna use for her shadow today. So they're nice and set.
Do you let the concealer set, or do you put some sort of powder or anything like that to set it out?
That's a question, and that's a good one that a lot of people ask, or they're just like worried, like, is it even gonna like look good? But I actually don't put powder. I just go straight into it. I feel like you get more pigment.
It's a really MAC thing to set with powder.
Yeah. You can, if you feel like that's just what works for you. A lot of people do it. It looks really pretty too, but I like to really have that pigment. So I'm actually gonna have you hold this for me. So I'm taking this brown shade in the palette right here. It's the only matte one. And we're gonna take some of that, and that's gonna be our crease shade. So yeah, Day works for MAC. She is a MAC girly.
I'm a MAC girl.
Yeah.
So we get trained a lot about, just like constantly about how to do it the MAC way and stuff. So I know it's really MAC to set, but personally, like working while I do makeup, I don't set with powder because I just feel like it looks like you have multiple coats of eyeshadow.
Yeah.
And sometimes it grays out the shadow that you're putting on.
I was gonna say that too.
It changes the color a little bit.
It
I don't really like it.
Yeah. It does change the color sometimes. So I like to go just straight on the concealer, just like I did though, and make sure that it's blended out, because if you just go in and it's like creasing, it's gonna look kind of crazy. So just make sure it's like nice and smooth before you start applying your eyeshadow. So like I've mentioned in my channel, I do work for NARS, so I'm gonna be using a lot of NARS makeup today, but I love NARS.
NARS is bomb.
Yeah. NARS is just gonna do what it needs to do. It's a really great brand.
Heard great things about the shadows too.
Yeah.
They're very good pigment, soft. They blend really well, so I just feel like they have to come out with a little bit more of a color diversity palette.
Yeah, they do.
Because right now their singles are everything, and their palettes, they're kind of the same
like thing.
Colors consecutively. It's just browns, oranges, golds. They need to like amplify it up.
Yeah. A little bit. They should even do like more eyeshadow palettes. NARS, if you're watching, you should do that.
Yeah.
Use some eyeshadow because the pigment on these shadows are so good.
It's so nice, yes.
If they had palettes, I would totally buy them.
I'm looking at myself with a little mirror. Yes. You just want eyeshadows that are not hard to work with. Yeah. Because you'll take longer like trying to make it work than you showing your artistry skills, so.
Yeah. So this brown is like so pretty.
I know, I love it. I turned everything orange, so a taupey brown is perfect for me.
Yeah, more of a taupe versus such a warm one because she is so light. But I do want to intensify it a little bit. So
These brows are amazing.
Right? So I do want to intensify it a little bit. So I'm going to take my Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette because it has all the colors that you can work with. And I'm going to take the mocha shade just to intensify the look. And I'm going to be adding this. I'll have you hold this too. Just easier. I'm going to be adding this color in the outer corner. Close for me. And bringing it up just a little bit. That's pretty. Take a little more of that.
Is Morphe still launching stuff?
I don't know.
I wonder.
Morphe has some good stuff. I'm not gonna even front. They have like, in their time, I had like every palette.
What was that one? 34. Oh, which one was it? The one with like the oranges.
The fall one. It was like this whole thing.
It was the one that everybody had. I can't remember, but that was like my first palette.
Cause didn't the names go like M something or something like that?
Yeah, it was like a number. I haven't seen it in the longest time.
Yeah.
But
I
feel
still
like
use their palettes. They're
people
good.
that use their palettes, I'm pretty sure they know which one I'm talking about. It's the one with all the oranges, peaches, and browns.
Yeah.
That was like my first. Why did everybody think they looked good on orange?
Right?
And
all of us
brown.
Out here.
I did not look good. I look at pictures of like my old makeup. I'm like, what was I thinking?
Dude,
literally.
We've all started somewhere, okay? Because even me, I look at like when I started getting into makeup, I'm like, girl, you better blend the eyeshadow. I look crazy.
Oh my God.
So we're gonna take that darker shade on this eye and also add it to the outer corner. You don't want to bring it too in this area, too forward, or on the outer corner. The eyeshadow palette I really want to get my hands on for my kit and for me personally, it's just always sold out.
Which
is the
one?
Makeup by Mario one.
Oh so my pretty. God, I know, I've heard it's a really good palette to have in your kit.
Yeah, and it's very universal. So it like goes with
a lot
everybody.
of his products are very universal. Does he have a brow kit? I feel like that's all he needs, a powder brow kit.
He doesn't, but he needs one.
He needs one because Anastasia discontinued their like amazing brow kit that had all of the colors. And now you can buy it off of eBay or something for like $100.
Yeah.
Definitely not. Or wait, not 100, like more. I think the price was pretty high, but now you get it for like 200 or something. I'm like, no.
I believe you. Yeah, makeup's gone up. Makeup is expensive.
Makeup is expensive. Discontinued items are crazy expensive and they're probably used. Be careful if you get things from Amazon or any other like website because they're probably used or just fake.
Yeah, you never know. Okay, we're just going in with this mocha color, which it looks so pretty on her. And we're just blending this out, diffusing it on the ends. I like to kind of bring it out because I like a pulled eye look. So that's like the look I like to go for. And then this is why I do eyeshadow first, because I kind of go in like this, and then at the end, before I move on to the base, I clean it up with the makeup wipe. So we're gonna go in with the lighter shade now in this palette. This one right here, this is gonna be the one that goes in her lid. So I'm gonna apply that right there for a little pop. I also wanna really do this color on you. I feel like it would look good. So just right here. I like to just pat it in. And since it's so pigmented, it's like really that's all you need to do. You don't need to do all that extra stuff. And also, if you guys are wondering where we are, you're like, where are they anyways? We are in the Space OC. This is the studio that me and my boyfriend own. So if you guys are ever in the lookout for a studio to do a photo shoot, now you know.
This is your place. It's so calm and peaceful. Like I can't.
That's good.
Yeah, like you can't hear
We
anything
prayed
from
over
the
it too,
outside.
so we want to make sure the
Yeah.
vibes are good here. So I'm now gonna take a makeup wipe and we're just gonna clean up the bottom a little bit. I'll have you look up and then look straight. You already kind of have pretty curly lashes.
Half of them are curly, the other half are a
Like
little straight.
So maybe we should do a little.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna move on to the lashes, and before I put on the falsies, we're gonna put some mascara. So I'm gonna curl her lashes first. Even though I know what I'm doing, I still get scared. Like I don't want to pinch you,
Sometimes I just have them do it.
you know, just
I'm
in
like,
case,
yeah.
because some people are sensitive to their eyes. So I'm like, you want to just do it, or you don't mind me doing it?
There's some people that don't do it because it breaks their lashes off.
That's
and I
true.
don't want to go through that experience of like
Seriously, you're like
breaking someone's lashes.
So we're gonna go in with some mascara. Some. Put on some falsies, and these are actually some from House of Lashes. They did send me some PR, and I'm so excited. Thank you guys.
Thank you, House.
So this is our new collection. So we're gonna choose which ones we should put on her, and I'm honestly feeling. I'm feeling Amico.
What are you
I
feeling?
think this one.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm feeling Amico.
Oh, they're so cute.
right?
Okay, I'm gonna have to
So-
take a picture of them later.
Yeah, so these are the ones we're gonna put on her with this look.
Which, let's just say, the fact that House of Lashes sent you some lashes, that's
Yes.
amazing.
Thank you. I know it's
Because I love
exciting.
that brand. Like, I
They have
love their
really
lashes.
good lashes. They're really-
amazing.
They're really known,
Mhm.
a really known brand, so it's really exciting. But I almost forgot, I did want to do a little bit of not a wing eyeliner, but a little bit of a liner. So I'm gonna actually do it with some eyeshadow. I'm gonna take Central Park, this dark brown. I'll be close. Just on the line right here.
Like a little blended liner.
Yeah, just like a little blended, just for a little definition. I'm not really going for like the full wing today and stuff, but this will still make a little difference.
It's my personal favorite because I love doing natural makeup.
Yeah.
And when I do natural makeup, I'm very against harsh lines. So if I do contour or liner, it has to be blended. Like it can't be just a sharp line.
Yeah.
But obviously just for natural makeup, and if someone wants one, then I'll do it. But I just feel like it looks so nice, just so
Yeah, it does.
blended and beautiful.
I do too. I like it, so that's what we're doing. We're just doing a little bit of liner. And even the step makes a little difference in your eyes. It makes it pop and it looks so pretty. So we're just taking an angled brush and we're just putting it right there with this dark brown.
I have a question for you. So obviously, being a makeup artist, you have to be good at multiple things about, that way
Makeup?
everything looks nice.
Yeah.
But what was your natural? Like when you started makeup, what was the thing that you're like, I'm so good at this particular like step in makeup?
That's easy for me to say. For me to answer, I feel like the thing I was just good at from the start was the base, like foundation and concealer and all that. I really enjoy doing the base. That's my favorite step when I do makeup. And I feel like for me, it was because I struggled with acne growing up really bad, so I tried everything to cover it in high school. So I just like perfected like the base. Obviously now, my skin is
your
great.
makeup looks amazing,
Thank you.
by the way.
Thank
I'm seeing
you.
it close up, but
Yeah.
it looks amazing.
Thank you. So that was I feel like what I was really good at. I feel like I struggled more with eyes. Eyes are kind of hard to work with when you're first starting. Especially falsies, all this. This is like stuff you really got to practice. Eyeliner. But I'm glad got to a point now with all the practice where I feel like I'm really good at it. But I feel like the base for me. What about for you? What was the thing that was easy for you in the beginning?
For me, the eyes.
Yeah.
I think shaping eyes and like finding the best eyeshadow for that particular shape was always like natural for me. So in makeup school and in general, like I would always get compliments with the eyes, but it's slowly changing into skin.
Yeah.
The only thing that I feel like can be a little bit more perfective, because we all have our things that we need to work on or else it would be boring.
Yeah.
Definitely is under eye.
Yeah.
Because I have such dry under eyes that I haven't perfected it within myself.
Yeah.
That I'm like learning slowly how to perfect
Like
it
with
other people that have
yes.
dry under eyes.
That's true. Okay, I just cut these. I always like to cut my lashes. I'm just gonna make sure it measures good so it look down for me. Yeah, that's perfect. So.
And I have small little ivies.
Just small little beautiful eyes. But you can make them look big too. I swear, makeup, if you learn your techniques, you can make things look a certain way.
You can put the focus wherever you want it to be.
Yeah.
So, which is weird because sometimes I just want my skin to be the focus.
Yeah.
And then other times I want my eyes to like
be the focus. It depends on the mood, you know?
Yep.
But I think for me, there was a stage in my life where I was so into red lipstick. Now I'm like, I don't see myself wearing it anymore. Maybe for like a photo shoot or something.
Yeah, I can see that.
But for every day, I'm like, I'm a nude lip girl.
I think I'm really into the off red, like the mauve-y red.
Oh yeah, that's really cute.
When I don't do eye makeup. So sometimes I don't even wear mascara. I just do a little bit on my brows. I do the lip and I get compliments. So I'm like, oh my God, I like your look today. Or, you know.
Yeah, totally.
I hope they're not lying.
No, she doesn't.
I think it looks cute.
Okay, so we're gonna apply this lash, and what I like to do with my client is have them look down and not close their eye, or else sometimes it will stick. So just look down, and we're gonna apply that. Real quick. Perfect. Close.
They feel lightweight.
Yeah, they are. I'm actually wearing a pair today, and they're very lightweight.
They're very lightweight.
And like I always like to start in the center and then connect the ends. I just feel like that's the easiest. And so I'll have her look down again. Perfect, so her lashes are on and she looks beautiful. Now we're gonna do some foundation. I'm gonna take two. We're gonna take the NARS Natural Radiance Foundation. I have the number 2 Mont Blanc, which I think would be good for her because she's very light. But if it's a little too light, it's no problem because you're gonna mix a little bit of Punjab in it to make it a little darker. So those are the two we're gonna do.
I don't think I've ever met a person that just uses one color foundation and it looks completely fine. I know when I do makeup, I never just use one if I want to get the perfect shade.
Yeah. No, this one's actually good though. Mont Blanc. Wow.
Yeah.
Like perfect. You are a little lighter right now.
I am. You would think, right? I went on a summer vacation in the sun and like, you know what I think it is? I'm on top of my sunscreen now more than ever.
Sunscreen makes you a little lighter in your face for sure. So you're always gonna be a little lighter from your body if you use sunscreen, but that's okay. You always wanna match your neck when you buy foundation.
Yeah.
So Mont Blanc ended up being perfect for her, so that's what we're gonna put all over her face. And if you guys are on the lookout for a foundation for your kit, one that's gonna look amazing in photographs, photo shoots, bridal, this is a very popular one for that. It's amazing. It's gonna do the job so well.
It's not gonna change color.
No.
It's just a really good one.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
The one that I feel like I can't stand sometimes is the Estee Lauder.
Oh yeah, that one's
the
a little
double
too
wear.
thick.
I don't know why, but obviously it's like, I think it's, last I remember, I think it's waterproof. That's why. But it looks good. I mean, it lasts a long time, especially for like makeup.
Yeah.
It just looks heavy.
Yeah, it's a little heavy.
And I feel like NARS, it gives you like full coverage, but it doesn't look heavy.
Yeah, it doesn't.
You always want to look at, like you have skin,
yeah,
not just powder.
It makes it look really pretty. Especially this one. I love their newer one, the light reflecting. That one's more for like everyday. And it looks really beautiful. But if you want that coverage, that glam, then this one is the one I would definitely recommend. This, some foundation on my foundation brush.
All your brushes are so soft.
Thank you. Make sure I take care of them because when you invest in brushes, they're also expensive.
Yeah. What do you use to clean?
I like to clean them with like soap and water when I need to deep clean the foundation cream ones. But for like powder or like when I'm in a hurry, my favorite is the Cinema Secrets.
Oh, I have that one too.
One's really
amazing.
Good. Yeah, that one does a really good job.
What soap do you use when you do the creams?
Honestly, just Dawn soap.
That
works for me.
It works.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing.
That works really well. It really like deep cleans them. Have
you ever gone to do your makeup with someone and had like a bad experience?
Yeah, but I feel like it's been like, I usually like to do my own makeup unless I do like modeling gigs or something, and I get my makeup done. It usually always looks really good. But if I have to like, hire somebody and everything, I think most people have done really good, but there has been some bad experiences. But I feel like that was when I was younger. And I kind of didn't really know about makeup, so I was like, whatever. But now that I do, I'm like more picky.
What did they do?
I feel like they just didn't like, the lashes were too dramatic or like something like that, And I feel like that's why as a makeup artist, it's so important to ask your client questions. Like, don't just assume they're gonna like something because everyone's different with their style.
Yeah.
I always ask, like, do you want a more dramatic lash, a more natural? What's your skin type? Are you sensitive? Like, you have to because you just never know.
Yeah. Even with the brows, there's some people that don't like any product, and as soon as you put a little bit, literally a little bit of powder, they start freaking out.
It's like too much.
This is too much.
Yeah.
You're like,
no, seriously.
Okay.
So now we're gonna go in with some concealer. Before I go in with the concealer, we're gonna color correct her just a little bit. So I'm gonna take the NARS color corrector in light. And these are really good. It's kind of unfortunate they don't carry them everywhere. I think Nordstrom has them, right?
Yeah, Nordstrom has them.
But Sephora doesn't carry them, so. But you can get them on NARS.com, obviously.
Charlotte Tilbury came out with some new ones.
Look up for me a little bit.
Which one too? Tom Ford came out with some color correcting, which they're like $90, ridiculous, but they're really good.
Dang, that's a lot.
It's a lot. It's supposed to be like a lifting color corrector, brightening, lifting. So I tried a sample of it, but that's the only thing I used, and it was really good.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing I used. I didn't use concealer on top or anything. But for $90, I'm like, no.
Yeah, I'm like, dang.
I liked it, but it's not magic.
Right. So I'm using the NARS corrector, and it's making a big difference. It's such a good product. If you do have some problem areas under your eye, dark circles, a little redness, we all have problem areas, and it's okay. So if you find a product that works, then that's great. And so this NARS one is really nice. And what I like about it, it's like actually hydrating, because some color correctors are super drying. And I don't like the drying ones. It makes your under eye look cakey.
Do you remember LA Girl?
Yes.
Those were so dry, and I would put so much. I think I would do a triangle under my eye, which, girl, I was 19. I did not need a color corrector.
Right. We think we got to do the most when we're young.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Now I'm going to go in with the Frankie Rose Cosmetics Concealer in Fresh. So I feel like that one would be a good match for her, since I do want a more brightening look. And I like to bring it up like that, because I feel like that gives a more lifted effect. So
who was your inspiration that got you into makeup, or what do you watch when you were starting?
You know what, I feel like to be honest with you guys, I got really into makeup because of, you know, the OG makeup influencers. Like,
I love Sarai.
I love Sarai. Has always been one of my faves. Karen, and then I got really into also her name's Christian Dominique. She's also such a pretty girl, so good at makeup. So, because a lot of makeup artists at the time didn't have like channels and stuff. You know, I started watching these videos like years ago, so they were kind of like the ones that inspired me. But I would say she was probably one of the big ones was Karen. She's really good at makeup.
I can't remember who I would watch. I know she was from somewhere else. I think she was Persian.
Huda Beauty?
No, it wasn't. She didn't speak English, so she would mainly do videos. I can't remember. I'll try to find who it was. But she would do either super natural makeup or would just give it an edge. Like, it would be natural, but then she would do something extra, like the eyeshadow was, the eyeshadow or the eyeliner was really extra. And I feel like that balance of being natural skin, like very natural skin, and then just like a nice sharp something was what got me into it.
Yeah.
And Luis Torres for my Mexico girlies.
Yeah, he's really good too.
I love him.
Yeah.
I want to meet him.
I know, there's so many artists I want to meet, and we will one day. So we're gonna go in with the Beauty Blender now to just blend out this concealer. Some tapping motions gently.
And you soak this up in like...
Yeah, I like a damp Beauty Blender, so I do wet it, and then I just, you know, how do you say it in English?
Exprimir.
Like squeeze out all the water, you know, because you don't want it too wet either. Kind of like doesn't leave the makeup the way I like it, so I like to just squeeze all the water out, and yeah.
I feel like we're like that meme where it's like when you're bilingual, but you stop like when you forget both languages. That's totally me.
So I added the concealer in this area, on the nose, some dots, like you guys saw me doing on the forehead, right here and right here, because I feel like those are the areas I want highlighted and brightened. Because we are going to contour or do some cream bronzer, so it kind of just evens everything out. Okay, so before we do the powder products, I always like to do the cream products first. We're gonna go in with some cream bronzer, and I love the NARS one in Laguna. I feel like that would be a nice shade for her, and I do like to take a nice brush like this. I actually learned this from one of my makeup artist friends, and it looked really pretty, so I like to work it in, just like that, and keep it in a certain area, because then if not, it's gonna look muddy and dirty, because you don't want to put it like all over your face, obviously. So just like in this area by the ear, and work it down a little bit. So just like that right here. And these cream bronzers are so beautiful. NARS launched a bunch of other colors suitable for like all skin colors, all skin tones. So some dark ones, some lighter ones, but this is just the original Laguna.
They're very similar to the Chanel cream bronzers, but you don't need a lot of product. With Chanel, they're a little bit more light, just like anything Chanel. So with these, they just last you a long time because you don't use a lot.
Yeah, you don't use a lot, and you don't need to because they're so pigmented. So you just need to work with a little bit. But I do like to bring it in a 3, so the cheekbones or the cheeks, and the forehead a little bit.
A little foyer here.
Because it all looks nice blended together, versus if you just did it there, it's gonna look weird. Now you're not gonna have much like definition. And a little bit on the jawline right here. And always just working the product down, especially when you put it in this area, because if you put it up, it's gonna give you shadows. It's gonna look not good. Makeup is all about the steps though, I swear. When you see it coming together, it like makes you happy.
Yeah.
Because at first it can look a little crazy or like you're just not there yet, but once all the steps start coming together, it looks really pretty. And then we're gonna move on to some cream blush. I'm gonna take the new NARS liquid blushes. I'm gonna use the shade Dolce Vita for her blush. So I like to do 3 dots like that. These are nice and like, they're not so pigmented like the Rare Beauty ones, which it could be a little intense sometimes, even though I love them. These are a little more workable.
Do you feel like you have to set these, or do they just...
You don't need to. I know a lot of people like that more dewy skin look, but I do, because I still go in with the powder products at the end. But what I've learned about making my makeup last longer through the day and it looking better is still put on all the cream products, like the bronzer, the blush, and everything, and then still do the powder after, and it just looks better and it lasts better.
Yeah, that's good.
So I like to do all the creams, and this blush looks so pretty on her. So, and I also like to bring it up in the temples. I always like to lift my products.
They have a lavender color.
Yeah, that one's
for
pretty.
the liquid, and I definitely want to get my hands on it because they discontinued my MAC cream lavender color that I love.
You would use that one all the time.
I use it all the time. I normally go with the icy kind of look, more cool.
She likes more of the cool tones. Those
the
look
cool
really good on her.
tones on my everyday because I
Yeah.
do very light makeup, but
Yeah, you need to try them because those blushes are literally. I want more colors for my kit too. They're so good. So my favorite powder of all time, translucent, is the Laura Mercier. It's just my favorite. So I'm gonna do that one, but I think I'm gonna do a little bit of. I'm actually gonna go in with a little bit of pressed powder. I have this one from the brand Essence, and it's the Brighten Up Banana Powder. I like to go in with the pressed powder first, and then the loose. So we're gonna do that step first. So make sure everything's blended out. You don't want creasing or lines, so make sure all those products with your beauty blender are blended out before. So I'll have her looking up, and then I'm gonna go in with that banana powder. I mean, you can already tell the huge difference, and it really did brighten up. This powder was literally $4, but it's so good.
Yep, that one, if you want a good loose powder that's affordable, Wet n Wild,
Yeah, there's
it's better than e.l.f.
Yeah, a lot of drugstore brands are coming out with some bomb stuff. So that's what I'm using today to brighten and set before the loose powder.
It would be fun to do a get ready with us with all drugstore and then with all prestige.
Yeah,
That'd
that's
be
definitely
really fun.
Something we need to do. Cause I like whatever's good. It doesn't have to be bougie. Like if it's good, I'm gonna use it. She's looking snatched already.
Looking snatched, guys.
So we're gonna go in with that loose powder. Grab some of that with my little triangle puff.
Where do you get these? Because I've been trying to look for.
I get them from Amazon and I love them.
They make a difference.
They make a huge difference. I can't even set my under eye no more with like a brush. It doesn't look.
It doesn't
good to
look
me.
the same, right? Doesn't it move? Do you feel like it moves your concealer a little bit?
Yeah, it moves and it just creases throughout the day.
Creases, yeah.
This like literally like makes it stay. Like really good.
Pro tip.
Yeah, pro tip, guys. Like look at her under eye. It literally looks like buttery.
This is what I need.
Yeah.
I need to try all these things.
Like that makes such a difference. So we're gonna set her face, and I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury powder. It's one of my favorites. Their pressed powder. It makes your face and makeup look so smooth. This is definitely one of my. It's more expensive for sure. It's like $50 for. You don't get a lot of product, but let me say it's good. It's definitely good.
It's a reliable product.
That's
you know it's
something-
gonna perform well.
Yeah, that's something where I'm like, oh, like it's so expensive, and I feel like it finishes quick, but it does the job really, really well. That's what I'm using today to set her face.
Charlotte sponsor.
Yeah, Charlotte, sponsor me, please.
Sponsor us.
I'll make a video for you, just like this. And I don't like to leave the translucent powder under the eye for too long, because then it looks dry, so I just like to swipe it away. Beautiful. Now we're gonna go in with some pressed bronzer. Take my NARS brush, my NARS Ingold bronzer brush, apply some bronzer onto her face. NARS brushes are actually super good too. I'm like, I've always wanted them growing up because I used to see like all the influencers using them in their videos. And they're not cheap. I always wanted them, and then when I started freelancing for them, they gave me the set.
Oh,
and I
no
was like,
way. That's so nice of them.
yeah. So just where we added the cream bronzer is where I'm adding the powder bronzer.
Is this Give Me Sun?
Yeah, from MAC, which I forgot to say, I'm sorry. But this is the MAC Give Me Sun bronzer. It's iconic.
I love this bronzer.
Yeah.
It's so universal.
Yeah, it literally works on everybody. And they have deeper colors for deeper complexions, which is nice. But the same type of, like the way it feels, you know?
Yeah.
It's like the same type of powder, which is...
It's mineral, so it's not gonna look patchy. It's not gonna look too heavy.
Yeah.
It's just gonna look airbrushed.
Yeah, it really does look airbrushed too.
It's not 100% matte. It gives you a matte finish, but if you look at the powder, it has a little bit of a sheen.
Yeah, and she even looks like smooth, which I'm loving. Because that powder, it just like makes it look natural. It doesn't look like some bronzers I don't like because they do look very muddy.
Very muddy, patchy.
So now I'm taking a small Morphe angled brush because this is what I like to use to kind of, I wouldn't say contour, but shape the nose. Give it a nice little...
We love a good contour.
Yeah. I like to just use powder. I don't like to do the whole cream technique. I feel like it's a little much for me. I like just this. It looks more natural for when I do my clients. I just don't want to do the whole changing the nose too much. I don't know. If they request it, of course, but this is more my style. And I just like to go in with the Beauty Blender on the end just to snatch it up, clean it up a little bit. Now for blush, I'm going to use one of my favorites at the moment. It's the Juvia's Place Dual Palette. I'm going to use like this baby pink on her.
Oh, I love that.
This is so pretty. I've been obsessed with it. So I'm going to take my brush from Morphe. We're going to grab some of that.
Wow, Juvia's Place. Look at her go.
This is like such a pretty palette. Because that baby pink blush is in right now and it honestly compliments a lot of people.
It just brightens you up.
Yeah, I love it. So that's what we're adding right over here on the apples and lifting it. We gotta go somewhere after this because she looked good, too good. I mean, we're still celebrating my birthday anyway.
Yeah, we are. So we're
going
gonna do somewhere. We have to.
We have to.
We're in downtown Santa Ana. Like, there's so many places we can just
go to, and there's cute spots here, like cute little spots for you to go out with your girlfriends and have drinks. Like, I love it here.
It's the perfect place for a studio. So
yeah,
if you want any sort of like professional photography, just look up the space.
Follow the Space OC on Instagram, and I'll make sure I have her Instagram and obviously my Instagram, so you guys can follow us. So just put in that blush. It looks so pretty. Now we're gonna go in with some highlight. I'm gonna take the Hyper Real Glow palette from MAC. And I'm actually gonna use this middle pinky shade. Mix it a little with this one. I feel like that will look really pretty with this combo we have happening with her makeup. All right, so we're gonna continue on the eyes. I'm gonna take that shade in Mocha, that darker one we used in the beginning, with the small brush right here. And what I like to do is add that underneath the eye. So kind of tight to the waterline. Because what I do afterwards is I'm gonna grab a still small brush, but it's like a little fluffy almost. Grab that brown shade and you're gonna kind of smoke it out. Now it's gonna look more blended versus it being just like a harsh line. Just like that. And now her eyeshadow looks more together. And again, grabbing that brown color in this brush and just smoking it out again. There you go. Wow. I do like to put mascara on the falsies as well as the bottom, because I feel like it looks more blended together.
I love how you curve it.
Yeah, I like to hug it a little bit like that. That way it like gets the lashes. It's easier to work with. Just go under there like that. So blending it in with her natural eyelashes.
So you do a little bit before and then a little bit after.
And after at the end to bring it together. So then I'll have her look up. I'm gonna do the bottom lashes a little bit. Now we're gonna grab that palette, the Jaclyn Hill one. We're gonna grab the shade Beam. We're gonna add that in the inner corner for a nice pop. There we go. And a little tip and trick I learned, because I know some people, to clean it up right here to give it more of a snatch look, they go in again with translucent powder, which you can. But actually I learned that you can just grab your beauty blender, because you're gonna have some product here, and you just swipe it underneath. Because of the product that's still there, it's gonna clean it up like that. And I like that better. I feel like it looks more natural. Sometimes the powder looks a little much.
What's your go-to lip liner color for yourself?
Cork from MAC is my favorite lip liner on myself. I use it a lot on my clients too, because it's That with the NYX London together is like chef's kiss perfect. But since Cork is a little dark and she's a lot more fair, I'm gonna use the Morphe Sweet Tea Lip Liner on her. That one I think would look gorgeous on her. So that's the lip combo we're gonna do on her. So I'm gonna take that Sweet Tea from Morphe. I'm gonna make them clean it up too on the edges, that's no problem. But I'm gonna take my favorite lipstick from NYX in London. I'm gonna take some of that on a spoolie, and that's gonna be her shade over this lip liner. I do like to go with the gloss afterwards, but I like to use a matte lip as the base because it lasts longer. I grabbed some MAC clear gloss, and that's what we're gonna use on top of this lip combo today. And now we're gonna grab my favorite from Benefit, their brow setter. That's what we're gonna use to brush your eyebrows and keep them in place. So we're gonna take the Morphe Continuous Prep and Set Mist. This has been one of my favorites. It's a newer one, so that's what we're gonna use. I haven't heard of it. It's really nice. It makes your makeup feel nice. This is what we're gonna use, guys, to set her makeup.
I love the spray.
Yeah, and I'm professional out here. We have a little fan.
Señora vibes.
Right?
Little fan.
Tienes el menú. This is good. Well, we're pretty much done with the look. I am obsessed with it. I'm gonna have her look at it herself. So I'm gonna pass over a mirror and tell me what you think.
Oh my God, girl. This looks so...
The best
My
reaction.
under eye.
I told you. Doesn't that look good?
It looks like a baby's butt.
I know.
Skin is giving everything. Oh my God. This looks perfect.
Good. I'm glad you love it.
This
Not
is
me looking with her.
perfect for a wedding guest makeup. Perfect.
Bridal, all that. Obviously,
Yeah.
for like a bridal glam, it's a little bit more depending on what the bride wants. But this makeup look we did today, I wanted to do something more soft glam for beginners and teach you guys some tips and tricks. And this is the look that we ended up with. And she looks...
It looks amazing. You
So
did
pretty.
so good. I love
you.
it. It's so soft. Everything's perfect.
Yeah, she looks...
So airbrushed. Oh
I know.
my God.
You look airbrushed.
Mm-hmm.
I love how it looks. All right, so this was the finished look on my bestie day. She looks beautiful. I love that she loved it. That's always my favorite reaction when I do makeup. But if you guys like this video, please go ahead and like, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, and I'm gonna have someone new on my channel next. I wanna just keep bringing women, doing their makeup, speaking, and all that good stuff. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.